ಗುರುದೇವಾ ವಂದೇ ಶಂಕರ ಗುರುದೇವಾ ವಂದೇ ಶಂಕರ ಗುರುದೇವಾ. ಪಾವನ ಚರಣ ತೋರೈ ಕರುಣಾ ಜ್ಞಾನಾಮೃತ ಪೂರ್ಣ. ಪಾವನ ಚರಣ ತೋರೈ ಕರುಣಾ ಜ್ಞಾನಾಮೃತ ಪೂರ್ಣ. ವಂದೇ ಶಂಕರ ಗುರುದೇವಾ ವಂದೇ ಶಂಕರ ಗುರುದೇವಾ ವಂದೇ ಶಂಕರ ಗುರುದೇವಾ. ನಿರಂಜನ ಸತ್ಯಸ್ವರೂಪ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಗಾತ್ಮನೇ ಆನಂದರೂಪ. ನಿತ್ಯ ನಿರಂಜನ ಸತ್ಯಸ್ವರೂಪ ಪ್ರತ್ಯಗಾತ್ಮನೇ ಆನಂದರೂಪ. ನೀಡೈ ಘನ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಬೋಧ ಬೇಡುವೆ ನಿನ್ನೊಳು ಶಂಕರ. ನೀಡೈ ಘನ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಬೋಧ ಬೇಡುವೆ ನಿನ್ನೊಳು ಶಂಕರ. ವಂದೇ ಶಂಕರ ಗುರುದೇವಾ ವಂದೇ ಶಂಕರ ಗುರುದೇವಾ ವಂದೇ ಶಂಕರ ಗುರುದೇವಾ. ಆತ್ಮಸ್ವರೂಪವ ಬೋಧಿಸಿ ಎನ್ನ ಮುಕ್ತ ಮಾಡು ನೀ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುದೇವಾ. ಆತ್ಮಸ್ವರೂಪವ ಬೋಧಿಸಿ ಎನ್ನ ಮುಕ್ತ ಮಾಡು ನೀ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುದೇವಾ. ನಾರಾಯಣ ಪಥದ ಬೋಧ ನಾರಾಯಣ ಪಥದ ಬೋಧ ಬೇಡುವೆ ನಿನ್ನೊಳು ಶಂಕರ. ಬೇಡುವೆ ನಿನ್ನೊಳು ಶಂಕರ. ವಂದೇ ಶಂಕರ ಗುರುದೇವಾ ವಂದೇ ಶಂಕರ ಗುರುದೇವಾ ವಂದೇ ಶಂಕರ ಗುರುದೇವಾ.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaivasvataya Mrityave Brahma Vidyacharyaya Nachiketa Secha. Humble prostrations to one and all. So in the last class we had seen Nachiketa remains at the doorsteps of Yamaloka, Yama's house, for 3 days without eating or drinking. Yamarāja comes after 3 days, and when he comes to know that a noble guest, a Brahmana Atithi, has been waiting for him for last 3 days without any food, so he comes, does the Pada Puja of Nachiketa, prostrates unto him. So here this is one important thing which we must learn from Yamarāja. Whenever we feel that there is some kind of ill feeling, a possibility of ill feeling in the mind of others because of some mistake which we might have done unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously, so the best thing is just go to that person, bow down and seek forgiveness. So what happens when we bow down to others? That other person, in his heart there is a feeling of blessing. It is called in Sanskrit as anugraha-vritti, a thought of anugraha, of blessing. This is what Yudhishthira also does in the battlefield. Just before the battle was going to start, Yudhishthira removes all his armor, keeps away his bow and arrow and the quiver, removes the kirita and straight walks across towards Kaurava army. Everybody was stunned. They did not know what Yudhishthira was going to do. Both sides, they were shocked. What is Yudhishthira going to do? Will he say that, see, I surrender, we don't want any war, I withdraw? So this is the fear of the Pandavas. So what Yudhishthira did was he straight walked across, went to Bhishma Pitama, and the first thing he did was he just prostrated unto him and said, O Pitamaha, bless us. Bhishma Pitama was so happy. He said, Vijayi Bhava, Dharma is on your side, may you win. Surely you will win. Then he went to Dronacharya. Again he prostrates, gets his blessing. Then he went to Kripacharya, gets his blessing. And all three of them said, Yudhishthira, if he had not come, we would have killed all of you. So what happens when we bow down in front of others? That others' blessings we get. So even if we have committed some mistake, consciously or unconsciously, everything is forgiven. And that's what Yamarāja does here. He goes to Nachiketa, does his Pada Puja, sincerely from the depth of his heart, he apologizes. Says a Brahmana Atiti is indeed worshipful, Atitihi Namasya. But unfortunately, such a mistake has happened to me. You have to remain here without food for 3 days. It is indeed my mistake. Now, Yamarāja did not do it consciously. This mistake happened unconsciously, but even then, Yamarāja apologizes. Not only he apologizes, he says, as a means of atonement, as a means of paschatapa, praischita, I sincerely request you to seek 3 boons from me. Why 3 boons? Because 3 days you did not eat anything. So therefore 3 boons. Being a Devatā, I have that power to bless you with whatever you desire. So please ask 3 boons. Tasmat prati trin varan vrinishva. So this shows the greatness of Yamarāja, his humility, his seeking forgiveness. He is not justifying his action, saying that I was not there, I was not aware. No, a mistake has happened, maybe unconsciously, but still it's a mistake. Somebody has suffered because of me. So that disturbed the mind of Yamarāja. So this is a great lesson. We have to learn how to bow down in front of others, seek forgiveness, and how to speak sweetly. And whatever ill feeling is there, everything gets cleared when such noble conduct is followed by us in our lives. Right, now we go to the next verse. Yamarāja is waiting for blessing Nachiketa with the 3 boons. So now in the next verse, verse number 10, we find Nachiketa asking the first boon. So what is the first boon he asked? Page number 23, verse number 10. शान्तसङ्कल्पः सुमना यथा स्यात् वीतमन्युर्गौतमो माभिमृत्यो त्वत्प्रसृष्टं माभिवदेत् प्रतीत एतत्त्रयाणां प्रथमं वरं वृणे। शान्तसङ्कल्पः सुमना यथा स्यात् वीतमन्युर्गौतमो माभिमृत्यो त्वत्प्रसृष्टं माभिवदेत् प्रतीत एतत्त्रयाणां प्रथमं वरं वृणे। एतत् Trayanam prathamam varam vrine. This boon, among the 3, this is the first boon. Prathamam varam. This is the first boon which I ask, Vrine. This is the first boon which I ask from you. What is it? Gautamaha, my father Gautama, Shanta Sankalpasya. May he be free from all agitations of his mind. Sumanaha syat. May his mind be sumana, good mind. Sumana means what? May his mind be peaceful and cheerful. Mabhi, towards me, mamprati, vitamanyuhu syat. May he become Vitamanyuhu, free from anger. Manyu means anger. So what are the 3 things which he is asking? So this is first boon. Number 1, he says, O Lord, may my father Gautama. So here the name of father given is Gautama. who is none other than Vajasravas. May my father, Shanta Sankalpaha, may he be free from agitation, number one. Sumanasyat, may his mind be peaceful and cheerful, number two. And then Vetamanyuhu syat, whatever ill feeling he has towards me, whatever little anger he has towards me, may that also go away. Meaning, may his love and affection continue upon me. Right. So, the first one he is asking is Shanta Sankalpa. May all his Sankalpa be Shanta. Sankalpa means what? Samyak Kalpana. Imagination. Kalpana means imagination. So, definitely my father, he must be very much disturbed. When I left him, seeking Lord Death, so definitely my father will not be having peace of mind, because his only son has left him, and that too because of his mistake. Father carelessly uttered these words, Mrityave tva dadami. So that conscience prick will always be there in his mind. Carelessly I uttered this word, and now poor son, my son, he is going to suffer. I don't know where he will be. Has he eaten or not? Has he slept or not? What has happened to him? He went to meet Lord Death, whether he has met him or not. What is happening to my son now? So naturally he will be having sleepless nights. He will be miserable. He will be cursing himself. Such a wonderful child I had, but see, because of my own irresponsible behavior, I have lost him. So this way he may be cursing himself. His mind will be extremely disturbed. So therefore Nachiketa says, O Lord Yama, please see to it that my father's mind become free from all kinds of agitations, all kinds of disturbing thoughts. Gautamaha Shanta Sankalpaha Syat. Not only he should be free from all agitations, positively Sumanaha Syat. Sumanaha, a good mind. What is a good mind? A peaceful, cheerful mind is a good mind. So when thoughts are not there, the mind is peaceful. When the thoughts are there, all those thoughts are noble thoughts. So when we have noble thoughts, what happens? The mind becomes cheerful. So, O Mrityu, please bless my father in such a way that he has a peaceful and cheerful mind. Now we always find that according to the content of our thoughts, our mind is either disturbed or peaceful. If the contents are disturbing, then the mind is disturbing. Mind is disturbed. If the contents are noble, then the mind is cheerful. This is what we find. So now what could be the possibility in which Vajasravas can train his thoughts, direct his thoughts in such a way that his mind can be cheerful? What could be the possible ways in which that can be done? So maybe if his thoughts are like this, I am so proud of my son. Look at him. He did not waver from the path of truth even when tempted. Look at the amount of love and respect and reverence he has for his father. For the sake of his father, he sacrificed himself. What a noble child. For the sake of truth, he sacrificed his own life. All the time he was thinking of the welfare and well-being of his father. What a noble child. And see his amount of conviction and faith in the scriptures, in the Vedas. So such a child who is mine, he will never attain to some evil fate. No inauspiciousness will come to him. God will always protect him. So wherever he will be, he will only have peace and blessedness. If this kind of thoughts come in the mind of Vajasravas, so definitely Vajasravas will have a peaceful mind. You see, how we analyze the situation accordingly will be our mind. So Nachiketa's prayer to Lord Yama is, please bless my father in such a way that he effortlessly entertain noble thoughts and thus his mind become peaceful and cheerful. Sumanasyat. And then Mabhi, here Mabhi means Mam Prati, towards me. Mabhi Vitamanyuhu Syat. Whatever little anger he has towards me, O Lord Yamarāja, please see to it that that anger also go away. Now, why should Vajasravas have any kind of anger towards Nachiketa? So, for that we have to understand how anger comes. Whenever our intense desires are obstructed, those intense desires take the form of anger. This is the science of anger. This is the logic of anger. This is the psychology of anger. Whenever there is something which I intensely desire, and when I am trying to get it, then somebody comes and obstructs it. So that intense desire takes the form of intense anger. So Vajasravas was busily trying to give away the cows. He was intensely attached to go into Swarga, to get rid of all these cows. So the desire was there. That's why Upanishad starts with Ushan, desiring. So what happened when Nachiketa came and said, whom are you going to give? Kasmai mam dasyasi. Again and again insisting. So this very same desire became anger there, and he shouted at him, Mrityave tvadadami. I give to Mrityu. So see there, that desire got converted into anger. Again, Vajasravas was extremely attached to son. What did this son do? Nachiketa do? He disobeyed him. He said, no, we have to stick to the path of truth. Anupashya yatha purve pratipashya tatha pare. Look at those great ones, how they lived. So therefore we must stick to the path of truth. So there again, father was attached to son. He wanted his son to be with him, but that son disobeyed his father. There again his desire is obstructed. So that also could have produced anger. So because of the insistence of Nachiketa, because of the disobedience of Nachiketa, and also because of preaching Vedanta to his father, that also can produce anger sometimes. Many times when we give the words of wisdom to others, many times they may not appreciate it. Maybe the father would have thought, how dare that this little boy is teaching me, preaching to me, giving words of wisdom to me. That is also possible. That's why we say when we give advice, you have to be very careful. Is the other person having an open mind to absorb that advice? Is he in a mood to listen to that advice? If the mood is not there, better don't give advice. Don't give advice if it is not sought. Don't give advice if it is not welcome. If that other person is not listening, don't give advice. That advice will be like putting seed on a rock bed. It will never germinate. So we don't know. Nachiketa gave this advice, Anupashya yatha purve pratipashya tatha pare. So it is possible that father did not like it. It's possible. So whatever the reason may be, it is possible that father may have little ill feeling towards his son, or little anger towards his son, or some kind of dislike towards his son. So therefore, Nachiketa prays to Lord Yama. What is it? mabhivitamanyu syat. Whatever ill feeling, whatever bitter feeling, whatever anger, whatever dislike, whatever is there in the heart of my father, O Yamarāja, please remove all of them and replace that ill feeling with love and affection towards me. So in short, the point is, may my father love me as before. May there be no ill feeling because of this particular incident. So Nachiketa is craving for love from his father. So all these things shows how much Nachiketa loved his father. His love was selfless love, unconditional love, pure love. The first boon itself he is asking about father only. He is asking about the welfare of his father. See that? May my father attain peace of mind. This is the first boon he asks. So that means what? His mind was bothered about his father's state of mind. Though he is here in this Yamaloka, his mind is constantly thinking about his father, who has been the misery of his father because of his separation from his son. So therefore the first boon itself he is asking this only. And then what does he say? Tvat prasrishtam, O Yamarāja, left by you, released by you, pratitaha, may he recognize me, may my father recognize me. Mam abhivadet, may he speak to me. Tvat prasishtam, released by you, pratitaha, may he recognize me. Mam abhivadet, may he speak to me. So all these things come under this first boon. So first of all, may his mind be free from all agitation. May he positively experience peace of mind and cheerfulness of mind. May he not have any kind of ill feeling or anger towards me. May he have the same kind of love towards me. And left by you, tvat prasishtam. So therefore, what does it mean? You must release me. And then I must be able to go to my father. Pratitaha, he must recognize me. And then mam abhivadet, he must speak to me. Now here what does it mean? Because the sun is coming from Lord Death. No, we don't know what will be the reaction of people when they hear that here is a person who is coming from Lord Death. Now just imagine, a near and dear one dies. So I go and do the cremation. So I am the one who has lit that funeral pyre. So I saw that body burning. Then I come back. Then I lie down. Now exactly at 12 o'clock I hear a knock at the door. And when I open the door, whom I am seeing? I am seeing the very same person, that near and dear one, whom few hours back I had burnt. Now when that person comes, what will be the feeling? Though that person is a near and dear one, it is possible that I may tremble in fear. I may not be able to speak also. Because what I am seeing there is not my near and dear one. What my mind imagines is, this is a ghost who has taken a form and come. Isn't it? That possibility is there. So therefore this particular request. Pratitaha, may he recognize me. So what is the kind of recognition? Oh, this is the very same son who has left, now he has come back. Now this is called recognition. The very same son, it is the same son, he is not some ghost or something. And mam abhivadet, may he speak to me. May he speak to me lovingly, affectionately, just like a father speaking to his beloved son. Meaning that relationship, may it be restored as before. This is the point. So, what all things are there in this one boon? So, there are many commentators who jokingly say, they try to find a humor in this. They say, in one boon he has asked 6 different things. In one boon he has asked 6. And he reminds Yamarāja also, Etat trayanam prathamam varam vrane. Oh Yamarāj, this is the first one among the 3. Don't consider that all the 3 are exhausted here. So in one boon, 6 things. May my father not get agitated. May his mind be peaceful. May he not have any ill feeling towards me. May I be released by you. And may my father recognize me. And may he speak to me. So 6 things in one boon. So there is an interesting story. So there was this one old lady who was praying to Ganesha. So what was her prayer? Now this lady was blind. This lady was poor. And this lady did not have any grandchild. So then her prayer was, O Lord, may I see with my own eyes my grandchild being fed by me with a gold spoon. See? May I see my grandchild with my own eyes being fed by me with gold spoon. Now in this one boon, she has asked all the 3. O Lord, bless me with eyes, bless me with a grandchild, and also gold spoon means what? Bless me with enough wealth also. So 3 in 1. In the same way, it appears as though Nachiketa has asked 6 in 1. But anyway, that is just a humor which we find in this. Basically, the whole verse says that he prayed for the welfare and well-being of his father. This is what we have to understand from here. Right. Now, what was the response of Yamarāja to this request, to this boon that we find in the next verse, verse number 11, page number 25. Yatha purastad bhavita pratita auddalakih arunir mat prasrishtaha sukham ratri shaitavi tamanyuhu tvam dadrishivan mrityumukhat pramuktam. Yatha purastad bhavita pratita auddalakih arunirmat prasrishtaha sukham ratri shaitavi tamanyuhu tvam dadrishivan mrityumukhat pramuktam. So in this verse, Yamarāja says, Tathāstu, whatever you asked, may it be so. So it is literally the repetition of whatever Nachiketa said earlier, requested earlier. So what does Yamarāja say? Mrityumukhat pramuktam tvam dadrishivan. Your father will see you, dadrishivan. And who are you? Mrityumukhat pramuktam, freed from the jaws of death. Yes, you will be released from the jaws of death. I will not do anything to you. You will go back. I bless you. You will go back and your father will see you. Dadrishivan. Not only that he will see you, pratita bhavita. Pratitaha bhavita. he will recognize you also. Vitamanyuhu, he will not have any kind of ill feeling towards you, any kind of anger towards you. Tathāstu. Sukham ratrihi shaita, also he will sleep very well in the night, meaning he will have a peaceful mind. If you have to sleep, then your mind has to be peaceful, otherwise it will only be sleepless nights. So he will sleep well, he will have a cheerful mind, his mind will be free from all kinds of disturbance. Tathāstu. Who is he? Your father, Auddalakihi, Arunihi. So two names are given here. These two names are nothing but the names of Vajasravas, father of Nachiketa. Auddalakihi means son of Uddalaka. Arunihi means son of Aruna. Now we may wonder, he has two fathers, Uddalaka and Aruna. So there is a possibility which Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, maybe Uddalaka is the biological father and Aruna is his foster father, the one who brought him up. It is possible. So now you will find that there are so many names of Vajasravas. So Vajasravas is one name, Gautama is another name, Auddalaki, Aruni, these are all different names of Vajasravas. So Yamarāja says, Mat prasishtaha, ordered by me. So this is the blessing I give you. Whatever you have asked will definitely happen. Your father will attain peace of mind, he will sleep well and he will be able to recognize you, and then you will go back. Everything is fine. Now here a question may come. Peace of mind, just by a blessing of a Devatā, can we get peace of mind? Now when we read this, this is what we understand. Yamarāja says, yes, I will make your father's mind peaceful. I have that ability. I bless you in such a way. So just by the grace and blessings of a Devatā, if we can keep our mind peaceful, then where is the question of self-effort? Only grace and blessing is necessary and all of us we can have peace of mind. Where is the role of karma, action, self-effort there? So this question may come to our minds. Now please understand, this blessing Vajasravas got because of Nachiketa. And the very fact that such a virtuous son Nachiketa is born to Vajasravas shows that Vajasravas had done lot of punya karmas in the past. Otherwise such a son will not be born. The very fact that a virtuous son, an embodiment of all virtues, such a son is born to Vajasravas itself shows Vajasravas had done lot of punya karma. So such a virtuous son is asking from Yamarāja. So therefore Yamarāja is blessing Vajasravas. So basically what is happening is our own punya karma is coming through the blessings of the Devatā. This way we have to understand. It is our own punya karma which is coming. It is Vajasravas' own punya karma which is coming back to him as blessing from Yamarāja. So therefore, self-effort alone is the most important thing. Our own self-effort, our own punya karma can come through various sources. So basically, that blessing is coming from one's own punya karma. This way we have to understand. Okay, so now first boon is over. Now Nachiketa asks for the second boon. What is that second boon? Let us see verse number 12, page number 26. Swarge loke na bhayam kinchanasti na tatratvam na jaraya bibheti उभे तीर्त्वा अशनाया पिपासे शोकातिगो मोदते स्वर्गलोके स्वर्गे लोके न भयं किंचनास्ति न तत्र त्वं न जरया बिभेति उभे तीर्त्वा अशनाया पिपासे शोकादिगो मोदते स्वर्गलोके. Yes. So Nachiketa says, now this is the second boon asked by Nachiketa. What does he say? O Mrityu, O Lord Yamarāja, O Lord, I have heard the description of Swarga. I have heard the description of Swarga. What is it that you have heard? Swarge loke na bhayam kinchana asti. I have heard that in Swargaloka there is no fear. Na tatratvam, there you are not there, death is not there. Na jaraya bhibeti, there is no old age. Ashanaya pipase ubhe tirtva, transcending both hunger and thirst. Shokatigaha, free from sorrows. Swargaloke modate, a person enjoys all kinds of pleasures in Swargaloka. In this way, I have heard description about Swargaloka. He must have heard from some scriptures. So this is the description of Swargaloka given. What is the description given? First one, Swarge loke na bhayam kinchana asti. There is no kind of fear. Any kind of fear is absent in Swargaloka. There is no kind of fear. In psychology, they use the term phobia. Phobia means different fears. And if you go to the internet, you will find varieties of fears. There are hundreds of them. Phobias. The fear of darkness, the fear of loneliness, the fear of crowd, the fear of snake, the fear of spiders, the fear of thunder and lightning, the fear of height, the fear of water. My God, there is a big list. Hundreds of them are there. Now, they are called as phobia, fear. In Swargaloka, you are free from all kinds of phobias. Swarge loke na bhayam kinchana asti. Now, you will always find that all these fears are basically coming from one fear, and that is a fear of death. This fear of death itself is coming as a fear of height and fear of snakes and all those things. So, basically it is a fear of death. So, therefore, the next term is na tatratvam. There you are not there. Why is it that there is no fear of any kind in Swarga? There is no fear of any kind in Swarga because there is no death. Na tatratvam. O Yamarāja, you are not there. You are the one person whom everybody is scared of. And because you are not there, therefore nobody is afraid of death. Na jaraya bhibeti. Not only that there is no death, there is no old age also. It is possible that a person is growing old but he is not dying. That possibility is there. But in Swarga, that possibility is not there. Now, who is that person who was growing old but not dying? Our best example is our Bhishma Pitama. So, you will find that in the battlefield he was an old man with all grey hairs, grey beard, etc. This is how they portray Bhishma, an old man. But he was an Ichhamarani. Death was under his control. He was the one who has to decide death. So it is possible that a person remains deathless but grows old. But in Swarga, na jaraya bhibhati, there is no death and there is no old age also. Then, ashanaya pipase ubhe tirtva, there is no ashana, there is no pipasa. Ashana means hunger, pipasa means thirst. So you will not be troubled by hunger and thirst. Now the question is hunger and thirst absent in Swarga? Because if it is absent, it will be a great disadvantage. Because one of the greatest joys of life is eating good, delicious food. So not having hunger and thirst is not a good thing. So therefore what is said here is ashanaya pipase ubhe tirtva. Ubhe tirtva means transcending them. Means what? They are not a problem. They are not a problem means what? Hunger and thirst will be there, but you will have wonderful delicacies to satiate your hunger and quench your thirst. There are wonderful things available. So therefore, hunger and thirst cannot be a problem for you. You transcend them. It is not a problem. It's a great blessing. Otherwise, if hunger and thirst is not there, one of the greatest joys in life will be gone. Why we find great joy in eating good food? We find great joy because all the five senses are appeased. So eyes see wonderful things on the plate. The tongue tastes. Then there is a smell, fragrant smell. And while eating also wonderful sounds are produced when we chew, etc. So Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, all the five senses are satisfied when you eat a delicious food. Swarga is a place of joy, is a place of pleasure. So how can it be a place where there is no joy of eating? So it's not possible. So therefore the term used is ubhe tirtva. You transcend them. Means hunger and thirst will be there, but you will have wonderful things to eat and drink. It is not a problem. Then shokatigaha. You will be free from all sorrows. There is no sorrow at the physical level or the mental level. So not only that there is absence of sorrow, Swargaloke modate, there is a positive bliss. There is a joy also, one rejoices in heaven. On one side there is absence of sorrow, on the other side there is joy. So this is the way I have listened to Swargaloka, about Swargaloka. So there is no fear of any kind, there is no death, there is no old age, there is no problems of hunger and thirst, and there is no sorrow, and there is only rejoicing. This way I have heard. Okay, Nachiketa, what is your boon? So in the next verse, Nachiketa asks that boon. What is that boon? Page number 28, verse number 13. Sattvam agnim swargamadhyeshi mrityo prabruhitam shraddadhanaya mahyam swargalokaha amrutatvam bhajanta etad dvitiyena vrune varena. Sattvam agnim swargamadhyeshi mrityo prabruhitam shraddadhanaya mahyam swargalokaha amrutatvam bhajanta etat द्वितीयेन वृणे भरेण. Etat dvitiyena vrine varena. This I ask as my second boon. What is that? So Nachiketa says, He Mrityo, O Yamarāja, sa swargyam agnim tvam adhyeshi. So this is the kind of Swargaloka, no fear of death or no sorrows, only joy, no old age. So this wonderful Swargaloka, there is a way to go there. There is a way to attain it. And I have heard that the way to attain it is Agni-Vidya. There is a particular ritual, there is a particular knowledge of attaining heaven, and that knowledge is called Agni-Vidya. And I have heard that you know it. Sa swargyam agnim. So here agnim means Agni-Vidya. That Agni-Vidya which is swargyam, which takes a person to swarga, is called swargyam. So this Agni-Vidya, which when performed takes that person to Swargaloka, this Agni-Vidya, Tvam Adhyeshi, I have heard that you know it. So therefore, my request to you is, Tvam Mahyam Prabruhi, give that knowledge to me. Give that Agni-Vidya to me. I want to learn. I want to know what it is. Please teach me this Agni-Vidya. Then Yamarāja said, what is your qualification for that? So he said, Shraddhadhanaya Mahyam. O Yamarāja, I have this qualification. What is the qualification? I have total faith in it. Shraddha I have. The necessary qualification to learn Agni-Vidya I have. So please teach me, because you know it. Why do you want Swargaloka? Swargalokaha amrutatvam bhajante. Because the Swargavasis, so here Swargaloka means Swargavasis. The people who are residing in Swargaloka is called Swargaloka here. Swargalokaha. So those people who are residing in Swargaloka, what is their experience? Amrutatvam bhajante. They attain a state of immortality. They attain a state of amrutatvam. Etat dvitiyena varena vrine. So this I ask from you. So what is the second boon? The second boon is, O Yamarāja, please teach me Agni-Vidya, that Vidya which takes a person to heaven. Now here please note one thing. Very many times this term comes that there is no death in heaven. Those people who are living there, they are immortals, etc. So please understand, that doesn't mean that a person lives there for infinite number of years. No. So as Bhagavad Gita says, Kshine Punye Martya Lokam Vishanti. So when you go to Swargaloka, when you indulge in those pleasures, every indulgence means there is a kshaya of punya. There is a decrease in punya. So what is that with which we go to Swargaloka? It is because of punya, that is the wealth. Just like if you have to go to some 5-star hotel or 7-star hotel, you need wealth to go there. How long can you stay there? As long as you have wealth, you can stay there. As long as you have money, you can stay there. And when the money goes, then you have to come back. You have to get out of that hotel. In the same way here also. So you go to Swargaloka because of your punya power. But every time you indulge, every time you make use of the facilities in Swarga, you enjoy, you rejoice, the punya also comes down, and once the punya comes down to zero level, that person comes back. So, that state is deathless, no doubt there is no death there, but then once the punya comes down, that person becomes absent in Swarga. This is how it is, something like a hotel only. So, you keep seeing people coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. You don't see people dying in hotel. This is called a Martya Loka. Here you see people dying because this is the world of mortals. That world is called world of immortals because there is no death there. You just see the absence of the person because his punya is over, he goes. You don't see the death of that person there. That is why it is called Amrutatva. It's a world of immortals. Nobody dies there. So there is no old age, there is no death. So this is the most conducive environment anyone can have. So now Nachiketa is asking for this. Now please understand, Nachiketa is asking this Swarga not for himself, but it is only to serve the society he is asking for this. For himself, he keeps a third boon, that which we are going to see. He asks for Brahma-Vidya only, self-knowledge. That is something which he asks for himself. Then why is he asking for Swarga? Swarga is asking only to give to those people who desire it. His own father was desiring this. So definitely it means there were very many people in the society who were desiring this. So therefore he thought, I can do some social service with this knowledge. So for the welfare of the community, he was asking this. Those people who are not able to understand the value of Brahma Vidya, but they are able to understand the value of Swarga, because it is very gross. A world where there is no death, there is no old age, there is no disease, there is no suffering, there is only enjoyment and only pleasure. This is something which any gross-minded person can appreciate, understand. So naturally they will crave for it. So in the society you will find so many people who understand only this language of Swarga, Swarga Sukha. So when such people come to you, you must have something to give them. You cannot give Brahma Vidya to them because they don't desire it, though that Vidya is the highest. So you must have something with you to serve the society. Because we have taken so much from the society, we must have something to give back to the society. So what will you give back to the society? That which society wants, that only you can give. You can't give that which you value, you will have to give that which the society values, the people in the society values. So we must have something to serve the society. In olden times, these Mahatmas, they are all sannyasis, but they knew some, what you call, Ayurvedic medicines, etc. They knew some yoga, pranayama techniques, etc. And thus they used to serve the society. So people, whenever they fall sick, they used to come to this Mahatma, and this Mahatma gives some medicine, some herbs or this or that, or some techniques in yoga, pranayama, etc. Now this is called serving the society. When I am living in society, when I am taking so much from the society, I must have something to give back to the society. Everyone may not be in a position to appreciate spiritual knowledge. So therefore, I must have Apara-Vidya also with me. That knowledge which people in the society consider useful. So for this purpose, Nachiketa is asking this. So this has to be kept in mind. So second boon, actually he is asking for the welfare of the community. The first boon he is asking for the welfare of his own father, his own family. The second boon is for the welfare of the community. So now he is asking for this Agni-Vidya, this knowledge with which a person is able to go to Swarga and thus be free from all kinds of sufferings. Now they say that in Swarga Loka they live for thousands and thousands of years. Now see, at least for such a long time the person is free from sufferings. So greatest Punya karma, it is said, is to remove the suffering of others. So if somebody wants to go to Swarga, so guide that person, lead that person to Swarga, definitely it is a Punya karma. So for this purpose he is asking. Now, in this verse you will find the qualification to know Agni-Vidya. What is the qualification given? Shraddha-dhanaya mahyam, I have faith. This is what he said. This is a point where we have to discuss a little. How do we know whether Swarga is there or not? A question which normally people ask. We understand this world is there because we are seeing it, we are perceiving this world, so this world is there. Now you are saying that there is some loka called Swargaloka, all these descriptions are given. How do we know whether such a world is there or not? So our answer to this question is, we can never prove that there is Swargaloka, we cannot disprove also. We cannot prove that there is Swargaloka because we don't have the means to perceive Swargaloka. It is exactly like a blind person cannot prove or disprove color. He cannot prove or disprove sun because the means to see color and form, etc. is not there with him. What is the means to see color? Eyes. He doesn't have it. So he can neither prove it nor disprove it. In the same way, we don't have the means. This human body does not have the means to know whether such a world exists or not. Then what is the only means? The only means is Shastra Pramana. The means of knowing through Shastra, through the scriptures. But for that, necessary condition is you must have faith in the Shastra, in the scriptures. Suppose you say, I don't believe in it, then gone. That means of knowing is gone because you don't believe. But suppose you have faith in Shastra, then you say, oh, Shastra has said it, then I believe it. 100% I believe because scriptures have said it. Now this is the Shraddha which is seen here. Oh Yamarāja, I believe that there is Swargaloka because Shastras have said it. I believe that there is this Agni-Vidya through which a person can reach there because Shastras have said it. And moreover, you know it, I have total faith in you. So I have total faith in Swarga, I have total faith in Agni-Vidya, I have total faith in you. And I totally believe that a person who does this will reach there. Now this is called a Shraddha. The most important thing with regard to all this is Shraddha. So the qualification is Shraddha. Nachiketa says, I have that Shraddha. So please give me this knowledge. Now there are other questions also. What is this Swargaloka? Where is it? Because scientists in search of other worlds, they go millions and billions of light years away and they find that there is no such a world. There are some others who say, no, actually Swarga, Naraka, etc. is in this world only. There are people who are enjoying life, yes, that is Swarga. There are people who are suffering life, yes, that is Naraka. So Swarga and Naraka is not somewhere, it is this world. Such people are also there. So this topic is something which we will have to discuss a little. What are these different worlds mentioned in the scriptures? And how are we to understand them? So all these topics, we will see tomorrow. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya ಓಂ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ ಶಾಂತಿ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ ಶ್ರೀ ಗುರುಭ್ಯೋ ನಮಃ. ಹರಿ ಓಂ.
मनमोहनाङ्गराम मनमोहन श्याम मनमोहनाङ्गराम मनमोहन श्याम प्रेम सुगुण राम प्रेम सुगुण राम वैदेहि हृदय सदा रम मनमोहनाङ्गराम मनमोहन श्याम मनमोहनाङ्गराम मनमोहन श्याम. दिनकर कुलधीरा दिनकर कुलधीरा राजसेवित श्रीकरा दिनकर कुलधीरा राजसेवित श्रीकरा जनगण मंदारा जनगण मंदारा सज्जन हृदय विहार सज्जन हृदय विहार मनमोहनाङ्गराम मनमोहन श्याम मनमोहनाङ्गराम मनमोहन श्याम मनमोहन श्याम मनमोहन श्याम.